Not at all subtle.
Tastefully done.
Oh, no, I lied because I can't let you off the hook. We know, and I'm going to take these guys off the table for you because I know that Rob Rossi would select Keith Richards and Steven Van Zandt from Bruce Springsteen in the E Street Band. So I got to have you got to pick a guitar player, man.
Oh, jeez. Gotta pick a guitar player. I don't know. I mean, I've never compared myself to a musician before. That's never been my thing. That's always been more of a Bucci thing or a Rossi thing. I think I would like you guys to help me with this. I don't feel comfortable just naming a random guitarist.
Well, I've got a guy who I think would be perfect for you. Okay. And I mean, you can't go wrong with. He's close and dear to my heart. He is Mr. Pete Townsend of The Who, and I think that's a winning combination for anyone.
Listen, I'm fine with that. I actually had thought of that. He was on my list, and if you're going to go with Pete Townsend, I'll go with Pete Townsend. I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, because you strike me a little less on the LSD, so I couldn't go with Hendrix. But and I'm not sure.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure how good you look in a bandana, but.
Well, maybe I could tweet a picture at some point in the dog days of the regular season, like in February or something. But
I would like to
find chick.
I would like to see Josh Wright on LSD. Be kind of like Doc Ellis,
or just like Rob Rossi.
Who? Well, okay.
Well done.
I say that for a reason. Wait until you read the column that Rossi has coming out.
I'm seeing Twitter right now, and it's madness.
I was looking for little bits of information from it on Twitter because we're recording this on Tuesday night and it's hitting right now and everybody's talking about it while we're talking to you and I'm looking for something
Robert,
I can ask you about it.
He emailed it to me this afternoon for me to give it a read, and I think I wrote back, "Jesus, you're angry" or something like that. Rossi's called out the Penguins a little bit in tomorrow's Tribune Review, we'll say. It's actually a pretty good read. You might agree with it, you might not, but he raised some very valid points, I would say.
Without either of us knowing anything about it, and we're going to read it as soon as we're off the air here, though. I mean, what can you say? Do you agree with Rossi's take here, or how are you approaching the season?
Well, yeah, in some ways, I mean, Rossi was extremely critical of Penguins ownership, first and foremost. That was my take from his column, and just rehashed a lot of stuff that happened in the summer and didn't like how they handled it, and not sure about the team they put together on the ice, and he just seems to think that there are a lot of question marks about this hockey team right now, and he doesn't like how they're being run. Frankly, that's not a knock at Rutherford, just a knock the people higher up than him. And I don't know if I would have taken it as far as he did, but I think it's valid. I see where he's coming from. And, to assume that everything is, peaches and cream with the Penguins right now probably wouldn't be accurate.
At what point in this season can we have any kind of read on things? I guess if the beginning of the season is successful, I don't think it's people will say that okay, well, we don't have enough there's not enough body of work here. We could be into December and people are still like, okay, well, still let's the jury is still out on this team. But if we go through and have a rough October because you have a brand new coaching staff, so many roster turnovers, like you might expect from a team like that, the case that's not going to be the case. The temperature around the fan base is going to be that we're in for a season of disaster. So I guess I answered my own question there, really. But
well, and only adding to that, their schedule is pretty soft in the early going. They have a lot of home games in October against pretty adequate teams at best. If they get off to a slow start, there are going to be red flags. That's just the way it is. And is that fair? Probably not. But I think pretty early on we'll know, just where this team is headed. And it's all about the two big boys to me. If this guy can get the most out of Crosby and Malkin, I'll throw Crystal Tang in there too. If you see them operating at a high level early in the season, if they buy into what this guy is preaching, it could be a really good season. But there's no guarantee that will happen.
Good stuff. As always, from Josh Yohe, a.k.a. the Pete Townsend of Pittsburgh sports journalism. Always good talking
always a
to you,
pleasure.
man.
All right,
Thanks
guys,
so much.
anytime.
Well, that I mean, we're an hour into this show, so we're pretty much
done.
we're pretty much done right now. But I'll say the next time what we got to get into, Nick, because there's so many interesting things to discuss, are the NHL rule changes and really, I mean, everyone knows what they are right now, but what do they mean? What are they going to look like as we go forward? I think that's something really interested in, specifically how they affect the Penguins, because I think there are a couple of players on this team that those rules affect more than a lot of the other 29 teams. Specifically, let's say the trapezoid rule. I think the hash marks on faceoffs are actually going to be a big deal too. So we need to get into deep waters on the NHL rules in a future show here too. That's all for today, though. You're just listening to the PensNation radio show on thepensnation.com. You can tweet us at thepensnation. On every Tuesday, we've got on Twitter or Bagskate Tuesdays. What am I even saying?
Yeah,
Tuesdays. That's what Nick. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, James Connolly and I from Pennsburg, we are taking questions from people on Twitter, Facebook, email, however you want to get us questions, and we kind of just answer them in a way that we feel like doing. So it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of interaction the past couple of weeks, so let's keep that going. Also, we got going on right now, we've got the All That Has Transpired series that basically highlights every team and all their moves that they've done in the offseason to get you caught up to speed before the season starts. So be looking forward to those too. So that should be a lot of fun.
And there is an awful lot that has changed and moved around.
I just realized John Scott is a shark.
Yep.
Wow. What
John
have
Scott's
they been doing?
John Scott's a shark. Paul Bissonnette was officially invited to the St. Louis Blues camp today, and Dan Carcillo was still on the invite list for the Pittsburgh Penguins training camp. So that hasn't changed either. Yep. You've been listening to the PensNation radio show.
Let's get out of here.
Let's do that.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Hit it.